another night of riding. I actually enjoy this. It's not as bad as it seems. I spent a couple hours in Domino's, and because they're open till midnight, and also there's a place to plug in my laptop and recharge my phone, GoPro, basically everything. And obviously bought food. Got a bread bowl for the calories to burn later. And I think they closed around midnight, but after I think I was there for like 2 hours, so I was getting restless. So I was like, all right, I need to get up and go walk or ride or sit by the beach. So sat by the beach for a while, and then said I wanted a coffee. So I have a Starbucks canned coffee, which are expensive, by the way. There was like almost $4.50 with tax for a 16 ounce or whatever it is. So more like an energy drink. But yeah, so it's already past midnight. We're actually headed to 1 o'clock in the morning already. One thing to point out is Starbucks opens super early at 4:30, so really there's only like 3 hours before I can go park at a Starbucks and drink coffee and basically start my day. And yeah, sleep on the beach before it gets too hot. So I think that's the plan. I do really like riding around, especially when there's no cars on the road, or minimal cars on the road, just because people tend to be an asshole and think they're giving you enough space, and really they're not. And most people just don't care. They'll ride as close as they want to you. And yeah, so don't have to deal with that as much here. I'd say overall it's okay. It's not the safest thing, but it's okay. There are worse places to bike, especially when you have a bike lane, that just people don't care. So yeah, I'm just gonna ride around, hop from one station to the other, keep that hour, we got the hour hop in between. I think I get charged if I go over an hour. That's the only thing. So that's the program, that's the plan I paid for. So yeah, just riding around, finding businesses that I want to come back to during the day. There's a lot of cute store fronts and things, and eye-catching store designs and all that. So I like scouting that stuff out during the night, saving it on Google Maps, and during the day I can sort through it and figure out where I want to go and what looked good the previous night. So other than that, yeah, just gonna ride around, and I'm definitely sweaty. I might go see about taking a quick dip in the water in the ocean, since at Waikiki Beach it's kind of okay to be on the beach 24 hours, so we'll see. But the changing rooms aren't open, so that might be interesting to try and get in my swimsuit on the beach. I think that might be dark enough to hide what I'm doing, but we'll go see. And yeah, I really honestly just love this, riding around the bike. No one's really out. I mean, there are people out, but not like during the day. And yeah, just gonna film what looks interesting, and probably just ride back to the beach now, since I am pretty sweaty. Might go read on the beach for a while, honestly. Got my Kindle. That's all I need. I don't know if the wind noise is too loud, but the breeze feels so nice riding downhill. One thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if it's just me, but the 7-Elevens here seem to use like super bright lighting. Like I don't know, like the inside is like, it's pretty amazing. Like you can tell like from this video. It's almost like it's almost like a small sun or something. Or yeah, I don't know if that's like typical of 7-Elevens, but the ones in Hawaii, or the ones I've seen in Honolulu at least, super bright inside. Just randomly riding around, and I missed my turn back there. So I haven't pulled out my Google Maps yet to see where I need to go. But then I realized all I have to do is just follow the concentration of high rises because they're near where the beach is. Finally snapped into place. I recognize where I am. It takes a second. when you've only ridden through a place once during the day or once during the night, and you do it at a different time of day, and it takes a little second. Stuff just does look different at night, obviously, but in another way too. Like, all of a sudden it's like there's a lot more buildings, or oh, maybe this isn't it. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I don't know how to describe it. It's just yeah, just a different, seems like a different city at night than during the day. Seems a lot bigger at night. Of course, I don't go far during the day. During the day, I think I'll just stick to riding the bus and then use nighttime for bike riding. Number one, it's cooler during the night, less traffic. Yeah, disadvantages. Bus during the day, obviously it runs during the day. It's air conditioned, and it can take you pretty much wherever you want to go. I'm actually not even regretting not renting a car. In fact, if I want to end up not renting a car for this whole trip, that would be a goal of mine, unless it's an EV. But even then, I think just not having a car to worry about is something great. Not having to worry about parking it, someone's going to break into it, steal it, whatever. If it's a rental, obviously you're worried about something happening to it. Maybe not if you have good insurance. But yeah, just bikes are just better, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Just as I got back to Waikiki and parked the bike, and the cops were out in ATVs checking the beach, I guess shutting it down. I thought the beach was open 24 hours, but maybe they're just moving people that might be sleeping on the beach. People like me. But anyway, here I am, drinking my canned coffee and getting some energy in me for some more riding, since the beach is going to be closed for about 3 hours. I know, there's a couple places I know I'll go. I think I'll go there right now, actually, is the canal, I guess. I'm going to look it up on Google Maps, see exactly what it's called, but there's a canal nearby. I've filmed it before, taken pictures there before. It's pretty great. What's up? Oh wow, that's pretty good lighting, actually. Okay, it's 4:11 in the morning. The night went by pretty fast. Once again, as it always seems to do when I'm on the bike versus walking. So I'm at the lighthouse, and it was just it's just really funny that I'm on the bike now, and I like took my time like getting to the lighthouse. I wasn't riding as fast as I could have. I was stopping, you know, looking at other things. What felt like took me hours to walk is taking what feels like seconds to bike, and it's it's just like really like, it's like wow, like having a bike on Hawaii makes the island just, I mean on Oahu anyway, makes the island just totally accessible. I mean, if I had a bike like on the bike share bike, I think I average probably 7 miles an hour, just because they're geared kind of low, and it's, you know, it's meant for like city, you know, getting around in the city. But my bike at home, I can average probably 10 to 15 miles an hour, low end. You know, it depends on the terrain, obviously, but I would say average probably 15 miles an hour. So with that, I mean, if I had a bike like that, if I had a bike here, I'd probably even be going faster, honestly. But with the hills and stuff, I'll just be conservative. And yeah, I mean, the walk from here to, I forget the name of the park. I'll have to add it on Google Maps and just show like how far I walked. Obviously, you know, it's like I walked it, but it's like realistically, like I was walking really slow, and I like stopped a lot and all that. And I was carrying all my stuff. Like with the bike, it's like, you know, I only have the backpack on. The bike, you know, holds my tote bag, which is honestly a pain to carry on long walks. So, but yeah, just like, I was just amazed that I got here so quickly after what felt like, you know, such a rough walk. I mean, I was really just struggling on the walk, and yeah, I just realized I was breezing past everything that felt like it took forever to walk past. So yeah, maybe next time I'll just, you know, rent like a fast bike and just ride around the island. Walking it, that's a whole different, I could walk it, but if I needed a place to stay every night, and campgrounds are full, and they might even say they're full, and they might not be, but I don't know. Weird noise. I'm in that area where that homeless guy emerged out of the woods, so my my spider senses are tingling. No, I stopped at another, like, there's like all these, on Hawaii, like there's tons of like these paths that you can access a beach. It cuts right in between houses sometimes, and you're like on Hawaii, like all beach is public land, almost all beach is public land. And so every once in a while you see like these narrow little alleyways that look really sketchy at night, honestly, but they go straight to the beach, so that you're not cutting through any private property. So yeah, I stopped at one of those, parked the bike, and it's just like, I thought it wouldn't be that bad, like going to a beach at night, but honestly, it's like super sketchy, especially near, I mean, obviously like near the city where it's like, you know, there's a high concentration of, you know, homeless, sorry, but not, you know, they're not all bad, but you never know who you're dealing with. And they, you know, it could be anyone that's sitting out there. You know, I was walking to the beach. The tide's up right now, so there actually wasn't that much beach, but I just wanted to take a dip to get some of the sweat off. But I think I'll just wait until I have a wide open beach where I can be more aware of my surroundings, because you go into like this tight little alleyway, and you know, I saw someone's shoes laying there, and then like, you know, a pair of shorts, and I was like, no, I'm gonna turn around. Because there's no lights on, you know, some of these private, you know, not private beaches, but on the small beaches, because that one I was stopping at was really small. And yeah, there's like no lights out there, so you basically have to hold a flashlight and kind of figure out what you're looking at. So no. But Waikiki Beach, if it actually ever closes, I'm not sure, but let's just go with what the sign says, that the park area closes from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So I'll go back and I'll be allowed to be using that area by 5 a.m. So I'm super sweaty. It's like it got really humid, or maybe it's been humid this whole time, but I really feel it on the bike. So, and yeah, I have to watch my time, because, you know, I do have that hour allotment, you know, I have to, within the hour, I have to be back at the station. So, but I can keep riding as much as I want after that, as many hour rides as I want in a month. So I've been continuing to take advantage of that. So yeah, I've kind of just been like, branching out and, seeing as far as I can go, and then returning to the station. So I love it. It's awesome. For, I paid $26 plus extra whatever tax it was or something, $26, and I've used the bike, I don't even know how many times. I just use it as much as I possibly can for, within the city stuff. So yeah, I'm super happy with it. And really, it's like, I start riding around start riding around midnight, because that's when I get out of the Domino's or wherever late night place I'm sitting and eating, and ride till like 4:30 in the morning. And then, Starbucks is open if I feel like sitting inside, and then people are starting their day, and, I can go sleep on the beach, while it's cool enough. And it's hard to sleep on the beach when it's really hot, unless you're in the shade. I realize that when you're in the sun and it's like, starting to get around noon, 1 in the morning, it's like you start to feel it. It's like, even with sunscreen on, it's like, man, I'm going to get burned. Like laying here, cooking myself. So yeah, just try to find shade during the hottest hours, or go actually to a cafe is what I've been doing, and plugging in and recharging during the hottest part of the day. And then, and then just, going, watching the sunset, that's kind of like the cycle I've been in. So sleeping on the beach is pretty comfortable. I don't get the full amount of sleep that I need, but that's why I get the hostel bed every other night, or recently it was 2 nights of, doing this all night adventuring stuff, and then got the hostel bed after 2 nights of doing the basically not sleeping. And then I slept like 16 hours. So made up for it. But just I love the adventuring, when it's cool out. Of course it's humid, so it's like still sweating. But so just out here adventuring. Haven't picked up any litter today. I don't know, just the stickiness, and just didn't feel like getting on and off the bike a whole lot. So yeah, I'm dripping in sweat. So wasn't expecting it to be this bad, but it got humid all of a sudden. So anyway, I'm gonna ride back there. By the time I get back, Starbucks should be close to opening, and then it'll be 5 o'clock. So anyway, I'll probably just make this a whole video, or we'll see. I'm behind on videos again, I know it. When I just sit down, it's like my mind is so full of other things. It's like I want to save places in Google Maps. I want to write reviews for Google Maps. I want to, get an idea of flight costs coming up if I want to end up leaving Hawaii. There's a lot to do here. There's a lot to do in Hawaii. It's a lot of things that I probably am going to miss out on, because I'm really trying not to spend too much, because the goal is to go abroad, Japan, Vietnam, anywhere. Hawaii was just kind of like a layover, if you will. But I've been here almost 7 days now, so, which is fine. Because I really thought, all the workaways that I'm applying to, all the world packers I'm applying to, all the couchers, looking to see if they're available. It's almost like couch surfing, if you know what that is. But and this hostel recently that I've been staying at, I asked them if they were looking for help, and they said yes. And I don't know, the lady behind the desk was pretty cavalier about she might respond to my email, and I don't have high hopes there. So I just try to be polite, and but I can't be waiting on people if they just don't really, it's like people just don't feel like responding. People don't feel like, it's just really frustrating, because it's like you're paying to be part of a community where it's like you're with a certain people that have a mindset, respect about, traveling and, being backpacking and all that. And it's just not happening for me anyway. So, and I think it's a lot of things, the time of year. you know, it's just a lot of things. It's probably not ideal, but it doesn't, yeah, I mean, it's still frustrating. So one thing I haven't done is, well, obviously upload videos. I've been really slacking on the editing and uploading videos. But also, yeah, I just haven't been looking at actual digital nomad jobs. I completely haven't been looking at that. Even something as like writing, you know, online writing, content writing, writing articles, like that's something I would love to do. I just haven't prioritized looking at it because, yeah, I'm like, you know, just enjoying my time in Hawaii. So all, you know, the complaining that I do about, you know, not wanting to spend money, but yet I'm not really taking steps to kind of like secure a new source of income. You know, it's my own fault. Again, I cause my own problems, and I recognize that. But I don't know. It's just trying to find the balance. And yeah, it's like, you know, again, it's like telling myself, you know, if nothing works out, if I absolutely find nothing, and it's like I have an inner timeline where, you know, I have a certain amount of time that's acceptable to spend in a place that I'm spending money. You know, it's like I don't know about a budget. I don't have a fixed budget number, but I just kind of in the back of my head was like, okay, I need to check my statements, see, you know, how much money am I spending. And Hawaii's been pretty low, honestly. All things considered, this could be a very expensive place, but ultimately, I'm obviously doing it for cheap and not spending money at places to stay.